Hello everyone and welcome to my first free videoed film reviews of me, Joe. At the end of the video I'll give you my Instagram details, which actually I can just give them to you now. Joe Proctor Film Mad. It's on Instagram. My YouTube channel, which obviously this is going to be put on, is JJP Adventures UK. Please subscribe. I do adventures as well as this, and this will be on my Facebook. So hello to my friends and family that are watching this. So a few weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, someone that I know from work said, why don't you do more of your film reviews rather than just writing them? Maybe start doing videoed film reviews. And I messed around with it in my head for a week, and I thought, let's do this. And if anyone knows how I can get more into this industry and help me to grow, progress, and help me along, that would be very beneficial. So this is going to be obviously a rough first one. It's not going to be the best film reviews I've done. But, well, obviously, I do try to say they are, but for filming purposes, this is gonna be a first one. Might be a bit low, but I want to get back. I'll hopefully get better and step up more as we go along. So today I watched 3 different films. I watched Send Help at 2:30 in Screen 6 at the NEC, which is a fact that is the smallest screened cinema in the Birmingham, I believe. I'm not too sure. There's only like 33 seats in that screen. I know that off by heart. It's probably because I go there so much. And then I watched Whistle at 5:50, and then I watched Crime 101 in IMAX, an IMAX experience, as we say, and I love the IMAX experience. We'll talk more about that later on. But first we're going to start with Send Help, which from the trailer it looked a bit not very good. The trailers didn't give off a very good vibe from it, and the reviews that it got, I was like, do I watch this? Do I have my own opinion? And that is what I want to say as well. Have your own opinion with films. Don't trust these critics, because a lot of times they get it wrong, completely the wrong end of the scale, and films end up being better than what they say, or worse. Until you have your opinion, don't trust any critics, and don't trust Rotten Tomatoes, because they unbelievably, they've got it wrong a lot of times, and it's not a review place that I would trust. So anyway, I was there. I was thinking, shall I book this? I booked myself in, and I thought, you know what, let's do this. Let's go and watch it and have my own opinion on it. So the official genres of this film is horror, adventure, and action. But as I've been told by other people, there's some comedy moments in it, but I'm not sure if they were intentional or they were just audience members just thinking, oh, that's quite funny actually. Part of me says those moments were a little bit on the unintentional bit. There might be 1 or 2 moments that were intentional, but a lot of moments I thought, this is quite funny, but it's not meant to be funny. But you end up laughing, and in a way it makes you enjoy it more. And the story is basically an employee. She is meant to take over from her boss as VP, vice president, but the boss's son took charge of the company and decided that she wasn't good enough, even though that she basically been there for 11 years and wanted to, or 7 years or something like that, and wanted to, and was promised that one, but she never got it. there was a plane crash and they ended up on this desert island, blah, blah, blah. They've got to survive. But it's not, the kind of the predictable way as other films have done that before. And I felt the story was excellent. Well, for excellent, to be honest. I thought all the parts of the film came joined together nicely. Very well written as well, I have to say. Very well written. The pace of the film, with a lot of films these days, are either too short or too long. There's no balance in the middle with a lot of films. I feel this got the balance right, and it's absolutely 100%, yeah, right in the middle. Perfect runtime. So yeah, as I was saying, lost my train of thought there. As I was saying, about the parts about the parts of still being comedy moments. I don't know if they were intentional. It felt like one or two, like I said, 1 or 2 moments, possibly. But at the moments, it felt like that wasn't intentional. But you find it funny anyway. The acting, brilliant. Dylan O'Brien, who plays the boss who takes over from his father in the CEO role, as you would call it. Yeah, obviously I've not seen him in much lately, but that might just be me. But I haven't seen him in a lot of stuff lately. But he was really good in this. He made the character more believable, and it really felt you could feel him being, oh yes, look at me, I'm the boss. You're not getting that promotion. Kind of, you could really feel that he meant it, and you could feel their emotions in a way as well. So yeah, I thought he was perfect for the role. I feel Sam Raimi got the acting for his role perfectly. People might disagree with me and say he was a bit off. Nah, there was nothing in there that was good about it, but I disagree. I think it's he's a good piece of cheese, but you wouldn't necessarily call an actor a piece of cheese. You wouldn't get anyway. I'm not gonna go in that direction because that would probably ruin this video. Yes, what's this video? A video about cheese. Anyway, so yeah, he was really good in it. So I wasn't reading off my iPad because I've written my reviews and I put them on my iPad so I can just crisscross onto the video, but not like reading off a script. That's not what I want to do with my video reviews. And it'd be boring if I was just like, yes, I'm reading off the script, blah, 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 blah. That's not what I want to do. I want to really portray these reviews in videos. And obviously this being the first one, it's enough. Anyway, let's continue. Yeah, so Rachel's role, as I said, she is the one who's promised basically this vice president role in the film, and because of the boss's son took over the business, she doesn't get it, and then they crash into the sea on this island. The way she portrays her character, you could really feel the hatred towards Dylan's character, and you could really feel like, yeah, he's really terrible, like, go for it. And the way she tries to help him on this island and try and care for him, just a few moments after he washes off, she's being nice, she's being kind. You could genuinely feel that she put maximum effort into this one, wanted to come across as, well, I think she's a lovely person anyway, I wouldn't know. But it felt like she really wanted the most out of this role, wanted to put the most effort. It's like she wanted to put her own mark on it. Yeah, she wanted to put her own mark on this role. Say, this is how I'm going to portray it. This is how I wanted to come across to the audience, and I believe it did. So yeah, that's the acting, no problem at all. As I want to say, I loved many of Sam Raimi's. I can't pronounce his surname. Forgive me for that. I liked a lot of his films, and this is no exception. This is just absolutely brilliant. It's 100% recommend from me to go and watch it and enjoy it. Maybe not enjoy it. That's up to you entirely. So that was Send Help, which, yeah, great start to the day. Great start to my triple film day at the cinema. Now, let's go on to Whistle. And, well, it's a horror film. And you know how it goes with horror films. They can be cliche. They could be either... It's like Marmite. You can either love them or you can really hate them. There's no in between, in the middle. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't like this film. I didn't rate it at all. It felt very cliche. It felt, to me, that not much care and effort was made into that, but what it could have been. The concept of the film was there, but the story was lacking. Just lacking the basics of making the film. Making it good, like making it like, oh, this is one that people should go and watch. It's not really there. The story is basically a group of high school students. They come across this Aztec death whistle, and if you know what an Aztec death whistle is and have tried it, there's like a high pitched screaming and it hurts your ears. So they come across this, and then one of them blows on the whistle, and then one by one, death comes for blah blah blah. Their death comes for them, basically. It wasn't actually. It's definitely cliche. The whole hunting one by one. It's been done so many times before. Again, it's another thing that Hollywood needs to come up with new ideas, because I think this is one tiny piece that's becoming a bit overdone and overworked, and it just there was nothing there. It's fully predictable as well. I predicted from the moment who was first gonna die, who's blah 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 blah. All of that, it's there. You could literally just be point. Oh, that's gonna happen. Next thing you know, it happens, and it's like, yeah, it just didn't feel there. It felt rushed, and it didn't feel like it was delivered the best they could have. As I said, it wasn't there, and it's not a film that's been advertised that well. So it came out on Friday. This week gone. Was it the 8th, 9th, or 10th? One of those days. February, and it's not showing up at local. Many places aren't showing it next week because it's not obviously one that's gonna bring in bumps on seats. Not gonna bring in people to watch it, and that's a sad thing, really. But it didn't deserve the audience. Yeah, and it's not gonna be a film that people are really gonna care for. It's going to be one of those films where people will look at it and go, oh, that. Anyway, let's move on. You see, it's going to be one of those. The writing is very, very lazy. It just felt like that. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this. And it felt like there was no, right, let's go unpredictable. Let's go like this. Let's just smash it out the park. There was nothing that really enticed the audience to want to believe the film. From the writing point of view, the acting was, for horror films, you can't expect a lot from horror films. You can. If it's something like the Conjuring films, if it's something like the Conjuring films like Evil Dead or something like that, you can expect better acting. This is meh. The acting was, terrible, absolutely terrible. Like one of the scenes, one of the actors in the load was like, and you're just there going, can you just speak properly and just try and make your character believable instead of just mumbling the words and just be really like, not again. It didn't really. The acting wasn't there as a whole. It was very underwhelming, this film. I would not recommend it to anyone, including my friends, family, and anyone else I know. Yeah, there was one or two moments where I give credit, but those moments were quickly wiped out. It literally took 30 seconds for those good moments to be wiped out and back to the bottom of the bin pile. Like the bin in my corner of the room. And really, the fact that it sets up a sequel with a post-credit scene, it really tells you that, it tells you all you need to know about that film, to be honest. It tells you that it's a crap film. We're going to make a sequel because it doesn't have, like a lot of horror films, they don't have to make a lot of money to greenlight like a sequel, like low budget horror. They will just continue and continue and continue. Like the phrase milking the cow. They'll milk the film franchises for as much money as possible until it's bone dry with nothing left but a piece of dust. Overall, I rated 2 out of 10. I don't recommend it. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you the rating for Send Help. 10 out of 10. I think that was obvious. So yeah, that was the 550 width showing whistle. And now, for a film that was in IMAX. The IMAX experience. As it's been time and time again. IMAX experience. Optimized for IMAX. You hear that quite a lot these days, and I think it's too much. And this film proves it's too much. I mean, it says it was optimized for IMAX, but we'll get onto this in a moment. But Crime 101, and it has a fantastic cast. It's got Mark Ruffalo, Chris Hemsworth, Halle Berry, and Barry Keoghan. I think that's how I pronounce it. And, I thought, got a great cast. What could possibly go wrong with that? Well, the phrase, just because it has a great cast, doesn't make the film. That's a great phrase that I've used a lot of my written reviews on Instagram and Facebook and stuff. And this film, again, proves the story. So, the story is a thief trying to get his final one done so he can doesn't have to deal with the insurance broker anymore, the illegalness and blah blah, and the $1 million heist that they are planning. I will say the story does have good moments, and those moments make the film enjoyable and gets the audience's eyes glued to the screen, which is what you want from a thriller film. You want you to be glued to the screen. You want it to be edge of your seat stuff. And those moments were good. But then I love the other moments, pretty much the rest of the film, most of the film just, dragged quite a bit. And it got to a point where it dragged that much. It became dull, it became boring, it became underwhelming, and in all honesty, you wait for something interesting to happen in the film then backs off, and you're just like, wow, all of that hyping up for nothing to get us excited about in that moment. It's like, honestly, this story is a bit meh. It's meh, that's all it is. It's 2 hours, 20 minutes. The runtime could have been 25 minutes, 20 minutes shorter. Really could have been 20 minutes shorter. The ending, the last 10 minutes, like, why? Was there need for any of that stuff? I won't spoil it for anyone, so I'm not going to put spoilers here, but the last 10 minutes were just became unnecessary, and they could have ended it like, right, that's all we need to do. That's all the audience need to know from this film. No, it was like, okay, we'll drag it out, we'll do this, and this, and etc. It just continues, and it becomes, you just sat there and be like, when will this end? When will this film just finish? That was pretty much most of the film, to be honest. As I said, just because there's a great cast doesn't mean it's going to be a great film. And honestly, the acting does have good moments. And it's important to note with a film like this, yeah, you could guess from the way I've been looking in this interview, it's pretty much this, wow, boring, and then, what did I miss? It's kind of like that. This film is pretty much just a film to boost Chris Hemsworth's ego. And a lot of moments in this film, he's just there talking, mumbling, and not really doing much. Even Barry Keoghan's Wall character has more in the terms of those moments to keep your eyes glued to the screen. Whereas Chris Hemsworth, it was a miss. His acting was a miss in this film. It was just, yeah, like I said, it was for his ego. There was nothing else there. It was just, lackluster. Now, this is the main part of this, is IMAX. Now, a lot of people love the IMAX experience. The IMAX massive screens, 12-channel audio, laser IMAX in some places. People go for those experiences to be wow, IMAX. All you have to look at is Avatar. Avatar is a spectacle on an IMAX screen. If you watch Avatar, they are long. But if you watch them in IMAX, it's wow. I'm getting off topic here. The point being is IMAX is there, to be more of an experience, to be there, to be like, wow, I'm so immersed in this film, like it's crazy. This film it says it was optimized for IMAX, but I didn't believe it. It didn't make use of the IMAX audio, which is a damn shame. And again, the screen, it didn't make use of the IMAX 1:90 ratio. If you don't understand ratio, then ignore that tiny part detail. It's just the screen size, basically. You get more in an IMAX. You get more, which is like 1:90, and the standard cinema screen, which is slightly smaller than that. Was not, and again, didn't make use of the IMAX screen. Didn't make use of the IMAX 12-channel audio in my local IMAX. In that case, it wasn't. It was a waste of £5 to pay for it in IMAX. In all honesty, I don't think I would recommend watching that in IMAX for anyone. To be honest, yeah, watch it in a standard cinema screen, but don't waste your money on IMAX for this. It's not worth it for IMAX. Now, if you wait until March, where Project Hail Mary comes out, now that's a one to watch out for IMAX. Avengers Doomsday, June Part 3, that's definitely one a must watch in IMAX. If you've got a local IMAX, go watch Dune Part 3 in IMAX, because the first two in IMAX were just sensational. Yeah, but in a way this year there's not much. There's a few, of course. You got The Bride, which is like Frankenstein, but it's obviously not, but it is. Anyway, watch the trailer if you want to know more about that. But this is me ranting about why films should stop saying optimize for IMAX, because 9 times out of 10, a lot of films say that and they end up not using any IMAX at all. Literally just well, it's an additional cost for the audience. They'll pay for it, and it makes the film companies, film distributors, film producing companies more money, which again is the end point really. But for the IMAX experience, you pay for the experience of IMAX. You don't pay for, it's just another format. You pay for the experience, and if you're not getting that experience, then you shouldn't pay for them. Like Avatar, pay for it. Avengers, pay for it. Dune, pay for it. The Bride, filmed for IMAX, pay for it. You know, a lot of films you can pay for it, and you do get that experience. A lot of films, it's like half and half. Half yes, half no. It's important to know if you do IMAX. It's choosing the film for IMAX is pretty much what I'd say. Choose the right film for IMAX. I love IMAX. I will always see a film if it's available in IMAX format. But you know, you're going in going, this may not be good enough for IMAX, and this is the example for that. Overall, it's a okay film, but it's not anything too great. So it's going to be a 5 out of 10 from me for that film. And that concludes my first 3 videoed film reviews in one video. Obviously I want to get feedback from everyone from this, what I can do to improve, what I can do to, you know, make it more exciting for everyone. Yeah. So on that note, if anyone does have any feedback, I can get more into these the film review industry, get advice, you know, I want to push myself into the industry as well. Then please just comment. If you're on YouTube, comment, Instagram, comment, even on Facebook, please comment, because I really do appreciate everyone watching, reading my reviews and now watching the reviews. And I'm so happy that I've done this. And I really hope that I can continue doing these videos for the long term. It's there. It's what I want to do. So I'm not going to stop anymore. Thank you for watching. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, like. But don't forget my YouTube is an adventure YouTube as well. Mainly, but I will be posting more film related and film and cinema related content on my YouTube channel as well. This will be posted on my Instagram, JoeFilmMad. If you're not following on there, please follow. And on my Facebook for my friends and family. But please don't try add me. That'd be weird. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time, which will be on Sunday or Monday, because I will be reviewing Cold Storage with Liam Neeson, and a film called Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, which has got me very curious about what that's going to be like. So I'll see you next time. Goodbye.